Okay, so imagine these as the conditions for a fighting match. On one hand, you have the slimy, white bread sociopath millionaire YouTuber stereotype, Logan Paul, who's known for, well, mostly his various, should we call it antisocial endeavors? And on the other corner, we have a pretty much no-name, small-time fighter who's struggling and looking to kind of revive his career after a series of injuries. Sort of the same deal as the wrestler. No real money, just a regular guy. So they're supposed to fight. But then, this guy decides to sue this guy simply because this guy was posting pictures of his wife. Completely publicly available pictures of his wife, his Scandinavian wife, and you know what that means.
I sucked a in a football stadium full of people once.
It turns out that she's been with a lot of guys. And so pointing this out angered the sociopath millionaire so much that his ego was so shattered, at which point he did this.
I think Dillon Danis has about $60,000 to his name. And then that's being generous. Now, because of the lawsuit, he has to fight you to make the money. Otherwise, he's going to declare bankruptcy.
But even then, it doesn't end. You put liens on every paycheck he gets for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to garnish his wages? Damn.
I have contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! Begone, vile man! Begone from me! The golden god! I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Damn.
Now, technically, Logan Paul is not the one suing Dillon Danis. No. His wife is doing it. The Scandinavian wife is suing him because apparently it was that much of a sore spot. But Logan Paul completely and publicly defends this lawsuit, stands behind it, and relishes in it. For example, with clips like this.
I think Dillon Danis has about $60,000 to his name. And then that's being generous. Now, because of the lawsuit, he has to fight you to make the money. Otherwise, he's going to declare bankruptcy.
But even then, it doesn't end. You put liens on every paycheck he gets for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to garnish his wages? Damn.
My pain is constant and sharp, and I do not hope for a better world for anyone. In fact, I want my pain to be inflicted on others. I want no one to escape.
Tatiana, I want you to clean yourself, for I will enter you hard and deep, and it will last for as long or as short as I please. But you will be clean. Only when you are clean will you know my power.
Now, bear in mind, the incessant trolling in question by the opponent has been pretty much the only thing making people talk about this fight and caring about this fight, only because this guy was being so much of a 4chan user that it got to the millionaire couple. And now these are the conditions for the fight. If this guy were to beat this guy, he would have to give him all the money and then some. Just because he's in this legal battle having to defend himself. Especially if he loses, he stands to lose more than just the winnings. As Logan Paul has explained it himself, he has absolutely nothing to win from this fight. Even if he wins, he loses. No matter what, he will be punished for life, financially, if the lawsuit is successful, because he did what he did. So, is anyone surprised that this guy completely lost all the motivation for the fight? Is anyone surprised that suddenly this guy has everything to win and this guy has everything to lose? So the only thing he could possibly do perhaps is maybe, take the other guy down with him? Well, the internet sure doesn't seem to understand any of this, because now people are confused, thinking that Logan Paul is somehow the one deserving of praise in the middle of all of this. This was all brought to my attention because one of my favorite channels I like to follow for a bit of the old entertainment commented on it with, well, really the strangest take ever, and it seems to be the popular one. The whole internet is now roasting Dillon Danis, and I find that strange. What everyone on the internet seems to be missing with this match is that Logan Paul is the one who ruined it. As soon as him and his wife launched the lawsuit together with his very public support, they made the entire point of the match null and void. It is no longer a competition. The whole event is a staged punishment that even if the opponent were to win, he would lose. I don't see how anyone could look at the psychopath that ruined the match and give him all the credit for winning. People are not taking it seriously enough that this lawsuit was even brought up. The memes being posted don't understand what it means to be sued, or even the context that they are commenting on. And that shapes the reaction you see on the internet, where people don't understand what it means to be a fighter. I mean, there's something really damaged with people who use social media these days because they watch everything as if it's a TV show. They are observing reality, but they think they're watching a movie. So they're not even using basic empathy to put themselves in the roles of the people they are watching. The only way Dillon Danis could win this match is by getting disqualified. If you are a fan of wrestling, then you know how disappointing it is to have a match end in disqualification, especially if it's a championship match where two big names are facing off against each other, and then you never get to find out who actually wins because someone either intervened with a chair, knocked out the judge, or did something to get themselves disqualified. That's how you make a match a complete loss for everyone involved, especially the guy who arranged it, picked the judge, picked the referee, picked the everything, and put the opponent in this impossible chokehold of life. Disqualification is taking someone else down with you because you have nothing to win anymore, not even if you win. So the only way you can preserve any amount of decency, any way to hurt the other person just even remotely as much as he's about to hurt you for life, day in and day out, with every paycheck that you have, is by never letting people find out. He made a mockery of the entire event, which was hosted by Logan Paul, arranged by Logan Paul, and could ultimately only benefit Logan Paul, because even if the opponent beats him, he has to give him the prize money. Why would any self-respecting man, especially a fighter, do that? The idea of having financial debt to a scumbag for the rest of your life, just because you agreed to do a boxing match, and even if the opponent were to win, he would lose. What person would possibly take an event like that seriously? What's the motivation? Win, so you have to give the money to Logan Paul and then some after? Or lose and still have to give money to Logan Paul, the millionaire? And you think that Logan Paul came out on top? You think he's the victor, not the villain? There are reasons why professional fighters have officially renounced Logan Paul's lawsuit. If you ask the boxers, the lawsuit is more scandalous than the trolling. I just wish that the fans and the people watching it would understand that as well. There was no display of talent in this fight, especially not Logan Paul. He might have landed punches, but he didn't do anything with them. He didn't manage to accomplish anything with all those punches. A trained boxer would perhaps do something with 100 punches.